first, not only, I can't decide if I want to use the chair now. I'll switch it up, depending on the portion of the evening. This is the first, like, reading for this book at all. Yeah, no, it's too weird. Okay. It felt like I was like, using like a vocoder, but I was like a paraplegic who was also in Parliament Funkadelic. I don't know why. But yeah, so this is my first reading / signing event for this book. It's also my first reading / signing event ever. And if I get killed outside tonight, it will be the only one ever. So you guys are like a really rare company if I get murdered. So that'll be fun. And I just want to thank Powerhouse Arena for having me. And in honor to mark the occasion, I actually, because I really like the name Powerhouse Arena for a bookstore, I think it is an outlandish name, and I really, really love it, and it is a very amazing space as well. So to mark the occasion, I have written a list of made-up sports that I think should take place at a place called Powerhouse Arena. And I should say that, well, here's the first one, is Brazilian jet fencing, which is basically like fencing, except you use each, like, that has an entire jet engine that they use as their foil, and they're just trying to whack each other with the streams of air. And I should say that, can we turn it down a little bit? Is that possible to turn the, that all of them start with the word Brazilian, because the word Brazilian just makes everything sound like a fighting technique. You could say, like, Brazilian neck touching, and that sounds like a fighting technique now, even though it's just like a creepy thing that you do on the subway. So they're all going to start with Brazilian. I have Brazilian DIY knife fighting, which is where you're doing a knife fight. All of these are like you and an opponent, so you're doing a knife fight, but you actively you're provided with all of the raw materials, but you have to make your own knife and also make your own rope to tie you together with the other guy. You're both sitting there looking at each other while you're making your knife and making the rope and tying it together, and you're like, ha! And you stab each other. So if you're really good at knife making, you can stab that guy while he's still, I don't know, like carving a blade out of the big block of slate or whatever. We have Brazilian blood tasting, which is where you and your enemy each have a tasting menu of each other's blood in little, like, containers, and they're, it comes out in little vials, and you have to drink each one, and also, like, comment, on its, like, nose and its, various attributes, but also determine and try to guess which part of the body it's from. And the more you get correct, whoever has the most right answers actually wins. And you're probably saying, like, oh, you would pass out pretty not long into that competition. Well, no, because think about it, you're ingesting the same amount of blood that you lost, right? That's how blood works. Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. And then finally, I have Brazilian Civil War reenacting with child armies, Real Ammo Edition, which is where you reenact the Civil War, but instead of normal Civil War reenactors that are all old men, you reenact it with children on the side of the Confederates and the Union soldiers. And it's a Real Ammo Edition because in like Civil War reenacting, there's always got to be one thing that's off. So in most Civil War reenactments, it's the fact that there's not real ammo. But since there are children in this one, and children didn't really fight in the Civil War, there has to be real ammo. Here at the Powerhouse Arena next Tuesday night. So yeah.